Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Fuel for Thought, where this week we speak about the Spanish Grand Prix.
It's become a rapper. Spitting those lines. Love it.
Yeah, another Grand Prix to look forward to.
Yeah. The Spanish Grand Prix, though,
Not most popular track
No.
out there. Probably won't be as good as Canada was
Absolutely
last time out. But last year was more entertaining than people thought. Quite a lot of overtakes,
yeah.
apart from at the front, where Verstappen just won
Apart
again.
from Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz got overtaken a few times.
Well, yeah. But I meant the front.
Oh, the front. Oh, yeah. Max
Yeah.
led every lap and won.
Yeah.
No, not surprisingly.
And this is back when Mercedes were actually half decent as well.
Yeah.
2 and 3 on the podium. McLaren won as good.
Well, no, Lando qualified P3, but he got hit and ended up
At the start.
Yeah, he got hit and ended up at the back.
I seem to remember that it was like Silverstone when McLaren really started showing up last year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Not quite this time last year.
No. I don't really remember Barcelona being memorable for McLaren. And obviously, Lando he obviously was at the back, but he qualified P3, but it doesn't really, I feel like for a lot of people, Silverstone has been was the one last year. That
Yeah, it
was the turning point for McLaren.
Yeah. And, Stroll had a good race, didn't he?
Yeah.
Aston was still sort of competitive, but they started going downhill, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, yeah.
Mercedes 2-3, so that was good for them.
Yeah.
Perez qualified badly, but made his way through the grid. George qualified badly, but
Ninth to
gained
third.
Yeah, gained nine
yeah.
places. So Leclerc qualified badly, P19.
Yeah, didn't really do sort of a whole lot.
No, finished P11, so didn't
So,
really
yeah.
gain anything.
That gave it a bit more excitement relative to what was last year, Red Bull winning almost every race.
Yeah.
So, as well as you can expect from a race like that. But yeah, so what are we expecting from this year? After Canada, I expect it to be sort of, a bit of a come down.
Yep, I agree. I don't know. I think that this track will suit Red Bull a bit better. Because I saw the 3M tracks, Montreal, Monaco, and Miami weren't good for Red Bull.
Right.
But this track will suit them a little bit better.
What, Barcelona?
They've changed the name to Barcelona to make sure that Max has a tricky time.
They've had to move the track to Madrid.
The only way to stop the dominance of Red Bull. Ferrari have brought some upgrades to Barcelona.
Okay.
So hopefully that improves their race from last time, from Montreal.
Oh, yeah. I saw, I think, last time out that Carlos Sainz was going to announce his next team after the Spanish Grand Prix, I think.
Yeah, I had that too, because it's his home race, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think he said this week, I don't know how true this is, but I think I saw he said that every team that's not got a confirmed lineup has sent him a proposed contract.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
You would, even if you don't think you're going to get him.
Yeah.
But they say he's going to Williams,
He's
don't
accepted
they?
to go to Williams, yeah. Which would be interesting.
It would be interesting if he just throws a curveball and he's just not
Yeah, true.
announced at Mercedes or something.
But yeah, which Mercedes should do.
Yeah, absolutely. I would. Yeah, he would be, because obviously Mercedes are improving. So
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, not really much else to say. I mean, there wasn't any safety cars. There wasn't any DNFs last year, was there?
No.
It was just Williams finishing dead last by a long way. So
Yeah, no DNFs. I think this track could have potential for deleted lap times.
or is it one of those?
I think so.
Okay.
They said to Max when he won, he was on past the white lines a few times. It was a bit on the edge, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, with that said, I guess we can just jump straight into predictions.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Right. Qualifying.
Yep. What have you got for me?
Okay, so Spanish Grand Prix. We saw, obviously, Lance Stroll in Montreal in qualifying. He did pretty well. It was his home race. Boosted, doesn't it? So, P3, Fernando Alonso. It's home race.
Yeah.
You know, give him that extra boost. I think the Aston Martin has the potential, especially in qualifying. And I think, obviously, Fernando Alonso is Fernando Alonso. He's a phenomenal driver. So
Yeah.
he'll get P3 in qualifying.
They do seem to be getting better.
Yeah,
So
they do.
I believe it.
Yeah, and off the back of kind of Canada as well, it's like they're both of their home races in a row. So,
Yeah.
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 P2, Max Verstappen.
You don't think he'll qualify pole?
Wait until you hear my bold predictions to understand why.
Okay.
And pole, Carlos Sainz. Homeboy,
Home race.
P1.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Ferrari will do better this weekend than they did in Canada.
Well, they have to.
They have to. And
They can't do worse.
yeah. And obviously, everyone wants to win their home race. So I just think Carlos will put everything into it and get pole position.
Well, it's interesting you say that.
Okay.
Because I've put P3, Fernando Alonso.
Stop.
Yeah, the same reasons that I think they're better than they were earlier in the season. They were pretty disappointing compared to last season. Fernando Alonso's won here before.
Yep.
In 2012. And yeah, I think he'll be up for it. Obviously a track that he's gonna like.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's gonna whack it in P3.
I genuinely do think as well, if it's your home race, you must just spend more time on the sim as well. I think you'll just have that more dedication to it because that's the one that you want to win.
You're gonna have that adrenaline boost, like, no matter what.
Yeah.
Obviously, they get adrenaline in every race, but with a home race, the crowd behind you, I'm sure there's something extra there.
Yeah.
Right? P2, Lando Norris.
Okay.
It's just a good qualifier
Yeah.
these days, and it's hard to see him not put it in the top 3.
Yeah.
And P1, Max Verstappen,
Okay.
because
So you don't think Carlos Sainz is gonna?
no, I don't think he's going to qualify in the top 3.
Okay.
Yeah. This season he hasn't really qualified in the top 3 that many times, has he? Obviously, he stuck it on pole the race he won.
Was in on the podium for his first like 5 races, I think. I'm not sure about where he qualified.
I actually can't remember at this point.
No.
Maybe I'm completely wrong.
But I'm pretty sure every race that he had up until a certain point,
He was on the podium.
he was on the podium.
Well, the race. Oh, wait, you go for the race.
All right, I'll go. Okay, P3, Lando Norris. So I think it's just kind of like, you know how we always just put Max in first?
Yeah.
I think Lando's just kind of a given now to finish on the podium or be like
Podium
in the
merchant.
mix. Yeah. I can't see, if Fernando Alonso qualifies P3, I can't see him staying in front of a McLaren or a Mercedes or a Ferrari
Or a Red Bull.
Red Bull. Yeah, I just can't
There's too
see
many
him.
teams ahead of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's not in my top 3, but yeah, Lando Norris P3, Carlos Sainz P2. I think the Ferrari will have. This is so. Last year, Max qualified in pole and Carlos was P2, and Carlos lost a few places to people overtaking him. And I think if Carlos qualifies in the top 2 this year, he will make sure that doesn't happen again. So I don't think he will be anywhere behind P2.
Well, we'll have to see if it's a good track for Ferrari.
Yeah, I'm hoping that upgrades help them and make sure they don't have another race like the last one, because it was a bit of a downer, obviously winning in Monaco to then
Double DNF.
Yeah. So yeah, Carlos Sainz P2 and then Max Verstappen P1.
Yeah.
Because obviously Max managed to win in Canada, and the track wasn't really great for Red Bull, and I think this track will be better from what I've read, and just like the high speed, it's got like a mixture of high speed and low speed, and I think this track will just suit their car better, so it will kind of be a bit easier for Max to win.
Yeah, given provided there's no incidents, if he gets a lead, I'm sure he'll extend it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, so I've put P3 Lando Norris.
Okay.
So bear in mind, he qualified a P2.
Yeah.
P2, Carlos Sainz.
And you didn't put him in your top 3 to qualify?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But home race energy.
Yeah.
I'm all there for it.
Yeah.
So I think he's
we all are.
power through. and P1 Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
I think that the dominance continues. I think the chance for the other teams was there. Not, a couple of them were taken. Probably not enough were taken. And I think now the opportunity's gone. I think they're just going to keep extending now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I don't want to see that, but...
I hope that the opposite happens. I hope that we get more fights towards the front.
Same.
And I hope that in the future we're not so confident putting Max in P1.
Yeah.
I just hope that we can mix that up. And it's actually quite interesting. None of us have put Mercedes in the top 3. Obviously, I just don't think that they've shown enough yet.
No, they're up there, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully it wasn't a one-off, but they got to show us some more.
Yeah,
until I can... Otherwise, it'll just get my hopes up.
Yeah. I think every time I've put them in the top 3, like before, that has just been kind of hopeful thinking rather than actually thinking that they're in the top 3 teams. But hopefully they continue from last.
Yeah, hopefully
race.
Soon enough that won't be a bold prediction.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And speaking of bold predictions, we've got...
I actually don't think this is bold considering it's Barcelona, but I've put there will be no DNFs.
Okay.
I feel like I said this like at one of the beginning races, but I don't think there's been a race where there's been very rarely a race there's been 2 consecutive. Oh no, that's one race after another DNFs, because last year there was no DNFs.
Oh right, you mean?
Do you know what I mean?
2 years in a row when there's no DNFs.
Yeah, but
That's
I don't know if it was.
Stat, yeah.
I don't know if it was. I don't know if the stat was 2 years in a row there was no DNFs, or 2 races or more in a row there was no DNFs.
Probably 2 races or more in a row.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I feel like some tracks are just more prone to just not have.
Because I think
DNFs.
actually there's surprisingly few races that have had no DNFs.
Yeah.
So I think it's probably that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there'll be no DNFs.
Okay. I think mine's a little bit more interesting, my first one.
Okay.
There will be a fight on track between the 2 Spaniards.
Oh.
A little battle.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe some aggression, elbows out.
I hope that doesn't lead to 2 DNFs, because the Spanish fans will probably not be okay with that. They'll probably be like, great.
If Alonso's up there, if Sainz is going for a podium, it all aligns to a good battle for the home fans. Yeah.
I think, obviously, thinking from our kind of point of view, if that was happening between 2 British drivers...
Like it did at Silverstone last year.
Yeah, that would be quite exciting. So I can imagine it will be exciting unless they knock each other out.
Yeah, or even that would be exciting.
Yeah, true. Until their home hero is knocked out, whichever one they decide is their home hero. Okay, that would be good. That would be great.
Yeah.
That would make the Spanish Grand Prix a little bit spicy. My second one is the top 5 finishers of the race will be from different teams.
Okay. So
obviously I've put Max, Carlos, Lando. That's already 3 different teams.
Carlos, Lando.
Then maybe Fernando and a Mercedes.
Fernando, George.
Yeah.
George, Fernando.
Yeah. I don't think that's too bold.
No.
I just don't see Perez not been great. So don't really see him there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leclerc, I don't know.
Surely he can't have 2 bad races in a row. And 2 bad qualifyings 2 years in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I don't
we'll
know.
see.
Maybe Barcelona is his Achilles heel.
What now? The Monaco. Now he's won Monaco. Yeah. So my second one, Verstappen won't lead at least half of the laps.
Okay.
And that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be competitive. It might just be an offset strategy from someone.
Yeah.
And just like he's in net lead of the race, but not technically lead of the race. But
for like half the race.
Half the laps, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. It's almost hard because obviously the track doesn't lend itself to that exciting racing.
Yeah.
Last year, obviously, was more exciting than it, on average, usually is.
Yeah, because of the overtakes.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I'm also just hoping that there's a little bit more in it than him just leading every lap and winning the race. So I've more put that in for my own sanity.
Yeah, that's fair. I hope that's true. I hope that means that there'll be a fight at the front rather than just because of strategy. My third one is this actually goes back to qualifying. So the top qualifier's time will get deleted because of track limits.
Okay. So not the top qualifier's time then.
No. Well, in theory, no. So
someone will get the fastest time, but it will be deleted and they
Yes.
won't qualify a
Yes.
pole.
Max Verstappen.
Ooh.
That's why I put Carlos
okay.
first, Max second, because what I think will happen is Carlos will get P1, then Max will beat him, lap time deleted. Do you know what? If this actually happens, that's pretty
Pretty wild.
wild, yeah.
Put a bet on that.
Yeah. I'd have to request it, I think.
Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. My third one. Now, on the surface, this might not seem bold, but based on what's happened this season, it's pretty bold. Logan Sargent
Won't finish last.
won't crash or DNF.
Do you know what? He's actually not DNF'd that many times. Is that why you've put crashed and DNF'd in the same
Yeah.
statement? Okay.
Because you might crash and not DNF,
Yeah.
or spin and not DNF. I can't also count a spin as a crash, because that's
You should have said spin, crash, or DNF.
okay. He won't spin, crash, or DNF.
Or you could have just said Logan Sargent will have a clean race.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rather than the long list of things that he won't do.
You got me there.
Okay. I actually want to know the stat of how many races he has had that he has spun, crashed, or DNF'd. Because I think it's probably up there in the 80% or the 90% or maybe the 100.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. I feel like when he's in 20th, and there's no pressure,
Yeah.
it's all right. But when he's sort of in a position where he's fighting for places, and the pressure's on a little bit, he always seems to make a mistake. Just because it's like there's more eyes. I don't know, more eyes on him.
Yeah.
But whenever I look at his position and think, oh, he's actually doing all right, almost every single time
always
I've
think
thought
that.
that something's happened.
Yeah, I always think that. I always root for him. I'm like, come on, Logan, come on. And then he does something and I'm like, great, cool. I was actually going to put as one of my bold predictions that Logan Sargent will be dropped from Williams after this race, but I actually don't think that will happen. I think that will happen in the summer break. I think he won't. I think Williams will probably drop him in the summer break. I don't know. I don't know. I think it all depends on how Alex Albon's doing as well. He's had a good season so far, but the last few...
He's had some rotten luck.
Yeah. Has he had... How many points has he got this season, Alex?
One. No, wait. He's definitely got points. Did he finish 9th in a race? I can't remember.
Maybe he's... Yeah.
So 2 or 3, anyways. But he should have got points in Canada.
Yeah.
It got taken out.
Yeah. I just don't really see him lasting this whole season.
No, I mean, it wouldn't even be harsh at this point, I
No.
don't think. So,
But then I guess if you're talking about Logan, you should talk about Zhou because he always is at the back as well. But then
Yeah.
do Stake really... I don't know.
I don't think they're keeping either driver.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you don't really hear the rumours about Stake swapping out their drivers mid-season, do you? There's not really any rumours about them dropping Logan, is there? Mid-season? I think that's just
Speculation.
yeah. I don't know.
But hey, let's hope for Logan's sake he has a clean race. But yeah, not really much else to say.
No, I just hope it's a good race.
Just
and
hope
there's-
it's, yeah.
overtaking. Hopefully Max doesn't win.
Yeah, that will make it a good race.
Yeah.
So let's wait and see. But we'll wrap it up there.
Yep.
Look forward to a good race at the weekend.
Fingers
So
crossed.
thank you everyone for watching, listening, however you consume this. Please leave a comment, subscribe, like if you did indeed like it. And we'll catch you after the race next week.
Adios.